It's not an uncommon belief to think that we all have a doppelganger that exists somewhere out there in the world. After all, how cool would it be to meet a person that looked just like you? While a majority of us would be excited to meet an individual with a similar face, what if our look-alike turned out to be a lot more sinister than we could have ever imagined? In this monologue from the movie Us, directed by Jordan Peele, we come face to face with the main character Adelaide's evil twin, Red. After being locked away in a dimension of hell for decades, Red finally escapes her realm of torment and tracks down Adelaide to finally get her long awaited revenge. Once upon a time, there was a girl, and the girl had a shadow. The two were connected, tethered together, and the girl ate. Her food was given to her warm and tasty. But when the shadow was hungry, he had to eat rabbit raw and bloody. On Christmas, the girl received wonderful toys, soft and cushy. But the shadow's toys were so sharp and cold that they sliced through her fingers when she tried to play with them. The girl met a handsome prince and fell in love. But the shadow at the same time had Abraham. It didn't matter if she loved him or not. He was tethered to the girl's prince after all. Then the girl had her first child, a beautiful baby girl. But the shadow, she gave birth to a little monster. Umbre was born laughing. The girl had a second child, a boy this time. They had to cut her open and take him from her belly. The shadow had to do it all herself. She named him Pluto. He was born to love fire. So you see, the shadow hated the girl so much for so long until one day the shadow realized that she was being tested by God. How it must have been to grow up with the sky, to feel the sun, the wind, the trees. But your people took it for granted. We're human too, you know. Eyes, teeth, hands, blood, exactly like you. And yet, it was humans that built this place. I believe they figured out how to make a copy of the body, but not the soul. The soul remains one, shared by two. They created the tethered so they could use them to control the ones above, like puppets. But they failed and they abandoned the tethered. For generations, the tethered continued without direction. They all went mad down here. And then there was us. You remember? We were born special. God brought us together that night. I never stopped thinking about you. How you could have taken me with you. How things could have been. Years after we met, the miracle happened. That's when I saw God and He showed me the path. You felt it too. The end of our dance, the tethered saw I was different, that I would deliver them from this misery. I found my faith and I began to prepare. Everything had to be perfect. It took years to plan. I didn't just need to kill you. I needed to make a statement that the whole world would see. It's our time now. Our time up there. And to think, if it weren't for you, I never would have danced at all.